morning, welcome to my commute. This video is going to be called Addiction, the Great Monster. Man, where does addiction come from? You know, so personally, like, I come from a family of more or less addicts in different ways. My dad was an alcoholic. He barely stopped drinking, like, last year. He's 81 years old, so he drank for, like, something like 60 years before he finally quit. And it was only because the doctor told me he had to. But, you know, my dad's alcoholic. My brother suffers with alcoholism too. I don't want to put him on blast, but, you know, when my mom died, you know, like when he stayed over, and I was drinking really heavily then too. But, you know, he went through 2 bottles like Sailor Jerry's, like, just to the face, you know. And I was, at the time too, I was drinking like a 12-pack a day, bro. You know, but, and I've gone through all kind of different addictions. I was addicted to weed. I was addicted to opiates. You know, I overdosed at my mom's house. In 2000, and I'm trying to think what year that was. It was like 2013, around that time. But I actually overdosed twice at my mom's house on hydrocodone. Took like 8 or 9 of them that day, and then like my body kind of had it. But addiction, the great monster, and I've known all kind of people who were addicted. I was addicted to cocaine too for a while. That was a real beast, you know. But addiction, it's like a deeper, it's deeper than just like, oh, you know, I just like to do drugs. It starts that way, right? You might find a substance, you know, and you're just like, oh, this is fun, until it's not fun anymore. Now it's like a necessity for you to get through your day, right? But where does it stem from? Like, you know, in my opinion, it stems from like this deep void we have within us. We all have it, and we all fill that void with different things. Some people, like my uncle, he's a workaholic, you know. He's got leukemia. He's still working every day. He still works all the fucking time. He's a business owner. You know, he's addicted to making money, right? And even though God's trying to tell him to slow down, he's still like just still going. You know, and that, because that distracts him from his imminent demise. You know, because he's dying. You know, and that's a way for him to distract himself from that. We all have different reasons why we distract ourselves. Me personally, my distraction is just like a deep loneliness I've always had. You know, I've never even had a woman say she loved me, not even my own mom's, you know. So for me, like, it took me a while until like I'm 34. It took me until my 30s, until I hit 30. About a year after my mom died, I kind of realized that. I was just like, damn, you know. And I started smoking weed really young, drinking really young, popping pills really young at like 14. You know, and that spanned all the way through my 20s, bro. So a very, very long period of time. And I was just like, I just took more drugs, drank more, you know, like whatever. I kind of just ignored it. And I would give off this like bitterness and like anger towards the world, you know. But it was really a bitterness and anger within, it was a self-hatred thing for myself. It was self-hatred, right? I always had deep self-hatred that I didn't really realize. Like, I remember I had this picture of me when I was a kid. And I remember as a kid, and I cut it in half. Because I didn't even like to look at myself. It was weird. It took a long time for me to even look at myself in the mirror. Like, I always thought I was just like a hideous monster or something. It's hard to explain, dude. Like, it's really hard to explain, but I always felt like just a fucking hideous monster. And I was like, no woman will ever love you because you're a fucking hideous piece of shit. You know, that's how I always saw myself. It took me a long time to kind of start working past that. Like, a long time. Like I said, all the way to my 30s. It took me until my 30s to even realize that. And for me, it was like, I would drink, I used to drink a lot, you know. I used to drink a lot, I used to pop a lot of pills. It was a way to numb myself, because I had this deep inner hatred and like this deep void, this something missing, like feeling of something missing, you know. And we usually self-medicate, and like I said, there's all kind of different addictions. You could be addicted to working, bro. Like, you got a friend or a family member that just never seem to stop working or stop moving. They're always moving, they're always doing something. You're just like, hey man, take a break. And they're just like, nah, more money, more this, more that, more movement. You get addicted to work. I got addicted to working out too, bro. Like, I get addicted to a lot of things. Like, when I first started working out, like, I'll work out like 4 or 5 hours a day in 100-degree heat, bro. Like, I was damn near like just trying to like kill myself or something. It's hard to explain, dude. But you know, we all have different kind of addictions. A lot of it roots from like a deep self-hatred, or it roots from like some kind of deep fear. Like, a lot of us, it's like we're afraid of death, right? So we kind of numb ourselves out to the, you know, the fact that we're all gonna die, right? And some of us can't handle that, and you know, we kind of like just try to run away from the reaper. But the ironic part is that drugs and whatever we're doing brings us closer to death anyway. You know, we're crazy as human beings, man. Our psyches are insane, right? But it sucks. The addiction, it's a great monster, man. It's one of the hardest things to overcome. You have to face whatever it is that you're trying to suffocate with, whatever you're doing, whatever drugs you're doing. You know, you're trying to suffocate it with the drugs. You know, you're trying to numb yourself out, and it's just at the end of the day, you can't outrun yourself, man. You know, it's something you tried for years until I was like, you know what, Titus, you can't outrun yourself anymore. You know, you gotta face this shit. Only woman I ever fell in love with, she was an addict too, bro. Like the same shit. I was just like, and a lot of the reasons too, like because I saw myself in her. You know, I saw myself in that woman, and I was just like, man, I really felt her pain. Like I was like, man, I do the same shit. You know, and that kind of brought me to a deep realization there too. I'm not gonna say her name. I'm not gonna put her on blast. You know, I don't talk to her anymore, but like I'll never put her on blast. I always love her, bro. But you know, meeting her kind of brought out a lot of the fucking issues I have with myself. You know, like a deep self-hatred and like just running away from ourselves. But we just have to try our best to give ourselves at least one day of no drugs, and just one day of sobriety. It's kind of hard because you have to deal with all these problems you've been suppressing, but you know, maybe we could just, you know, work past it or something. I don't know. But then again, it's kind of hard too because we look at the state of the world and we look at all the issues, all the hatred, all the division, and sometimes you're just like, man, how do you just go every day sober, man? How do you do it? Like I give people like props, bro, if you could do that. You're very strong if you could do that, man. I don't know how, you know, because like sometimes I feel like the weight of this world just crushes you, bro. You know, the weight of like loneliness just crushes you, bro. It's a difficult thing to do, man, and it's a difficult thing to just go through this life sober with all the crap going on. We have family issues, we have internal issues, man. There's all this division and strife, and we're just like, man, what the fuck? We can't even do anything about it, or we can, but we don't know what to do about it, I guess. You know, I think that's about all I want to say for this video, man. It's just, we just gotta try the best we can to not like destroy ourselves, bro. You know, try our best not to destroy ourselves with all these substances or overworking ourselves or whatever our addictions are. And just know, man, we can get past this. You know, if you're struggling with addiction, hey, you're not alone, man. Like, you're totally not alone. And you're not alone, and there's a way out. You know, so I don't know. Hopefully you enjoy your day.